Alright lads, and welcome back to another video. In this one, as you know, today was fixture release day for the lower leagues, the Championship in particular for myself, obviously being a Dunfermline fan, and I was very intrigued to see specific games throughout the year, not as much the full fixture calendar, because within the season, looking on it on paper, there is some fixtures that you just look at and go, nah. But there was certain ones that I was looking out for, obviously the main ones being the fixture on the opening day, games against Wraith Rovers, which have finally come back into our lives. The Fife derbies, back once again. The games against Hearts, of course, the biggest team coming down into the league and hoping to get back up at the first time asking. And those away days at Tynecastle, etc, etc. And then ultimately it was just about when and where those type of games were taking place and how many we got, etc. Obviously with it being the shortened season. And then, of course, the game that finishes off the season at the end of the campaign. I also managed to sneak in a couple of ones around my birthday because I think that's quite an important period for myself. Just before we get started, I want to give a wee shout out to United Feed on Instagram. He created this graphic. You'll see multiple throughout my time with graphics next to me here. The rest of the graphics in this video aren't created by him, but this one was, including other ones that you'll see, as I said, in future videos. So cheers to him for making those. He's done a fantastic job with them. But without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about some fixtures. So, first one up to talk about is the fixture on the opening day, and that is Inverness at home. Very boring fixture to me in my opinion. Yes, it'll be a good gauge of how the team's going to perform against a promotion candidate last season. Of course, they finished second in the division and really were going in good form into the playoffs, I would have imagined, when they made it there. But, of course, we'll never find that out. They've lost a decent amount of players and some good ones at that over the summer, so I don't know how they're going to be in this coming season. They would hope that they're up the top end, and for us, we're hoping similar as well. So, as I said, it'll be a good gauge to see just how ready we are for that promotion battle as soon as the season starts. Good to get a home game first as well. That's always important, just get that wee home advantage. Hopefully, the fans are allowed in at that point. Next game up on the list is Ayr United away, and I've only really included this one, as you can see on the screen just there. 7th November, game before my birthday. It is exactly a week before my birthday, 14th November, get it marked in your calendars lads, my 20th birthday, and the week before it I get to go to my favourite away ground, so you can't really beat that for entertainment, can you? Obviously the week after I believe it's a cup weekend, so directly on my birthday there will be some form of game that I'll hopefully be able to go to. And then a couple of days after that, it's the Football Content Awards in London, and then a couple of days after that, as you'll see in a minute, it's Hearts away. What a couple of weeks that is. Correction, Hearts at home. However, that is the next lot we're going to talk about, and it's actually 2 consecutive league weekend games that involve the 2 teams that we're really looking at, in terms of Dunfermline fans anyway, in the fixture calendar, and that's Hearts and Wraith Rovers obviously. 21st of November, Hearts at home, 5th of December, Wraith away. What a set of fixtures that is. Sandwiched either side of another cup weekend, I do believe. I think it's one of the Betfred Cup rounds. So it could be a decent wee section of time period this. Obviously with the Ayr United away game near enough at the start of November. Then my birthday and whatever game that ends up being. Then Hearts at home. Another cup game if we're involved in that period. Or a neutral game if that's available to me at the time. And then, of course, the big one, Fife derby, away from home at Wraith Rovers. Then we jump across to the 2nd of January and the 9th of January, where hopefully fans will definitely be in stadiums at that point. And that is music to Pars fans' ears, as the 2 fixtures at the start of 2021 are 2nd of January, Wraith at home, 9th of January, Hearts away. Basically every Championship fan will be looking forward to that Hearts away game, because it's one of the ones that in the lower leagues you don't tend to get much of those type of fixtures. The fact that Hearts were down here a few seasons ago now, well, over 5 years ago I believe it was, but anyway, they've been away for a good amount of time, and it's not a type of fixture that you usually get in the Championship with those type of attendance figures, etc. So hopefully, as I said, because it's in 2021, we can get fans involved in these games at that point, and I can go and enjoy an away day at Tynecastle It is one of my more favoured Scottish football grounds. It's fallen down the pecking order in the last few years. I don't really know why, don't really have much of a reason for it. I just prefer other grounds to it now, but Hearts is definitely still up there, probably within my top 5 still, so I'm really looking forward to Tynecastle away. And obviously the last time we went there, Declan McManus up front in the best season that we've had in the last few years, and crisis hit Tynecastle, in the words of the BT Sport commentators.
And now set up for Declan McManus! And is a crisis about to hit Tynecastle?
I believe that was Ian Cathro's last game as well. What a time that was to be alive. And then, as I said, Raith Rovers is also on the 2nd of January, so that's another Fife derby in the bag. Unfortunately, we don't get them at home for a second time this season. They get us twice at home, but we only get them once at home, so that's a bit of an advantage in their end. But ultimately, doesn't really matter. They're the wee team, so we'll walk over them anyway. It started already, lads. I'm getting far too big for my boots. You're the wee team though. Yet another one, Fife derby, 6th of March, Raith Rovers away. Just covering these ones individually now because they're not as sandwiched in as the previous two were with the Hearts game, etc. But as you can see in this picture, you've got a very worried looking John McGlynn, because at this point he's been thumped by Stevie Crawford twice already. This is the chance for Stevie Crawford to pick up a 100% record against the wee team. And as you can see here, he knows he's going to get 3 points here. He's got it in the bag, he's so confident, and we're going to be rocking into March, basically lifting the league title at this point. It's guaranteed, eh? Then we move on to the 3rd of April in the final game against Hearts, at home this time. And as you can see, once again, Robbie Neilson looking very worried there. Looking very worried because he's not managed to steer his Hearts team into straight automatic promotion back up to the Premiership. Stevie Crawford looking very smug and very bold over his ex-boss, I suppose, because he used to be the assistant manager to old Robbie. But as you can see, Stevie Crawford looking very smug because he's won the league. This is it. This is his kind of last hurrah in the Championship before heading up to the Premiership. That's how it's going to go, eh? And then the last day of the season on a Friday night. Weird one, that. 7:05 kick-off on a Friday night to finish off the season. As I said, very strange, but it's what it is. As you can see, it's against Alloa at home. And Peter Grant, I mean, I'm not going to sit and slag him off here. He'll just be there to see the promotion party, I suppose. And Stevie Crawford, as you can see, once again, picking up his, 7th in a row Championship Manager of the Month award. Can tell he's delighted with it. And he's just waiting to lift that league trophy after this game when we pick up yet another 3 points. If you take any of this seriously, you're a mug. I'm not saying that my team isn't going to go and lift the title, but you've got to live in hope, eh? That's all you've got to say in football. It's the hope that kills you. And then on the Hearts front, we'll talk about a couple of their fixtures. Most importantly, the opening day fixture and the last day fixture. Very weird ones actually, considering the whole circumstances that have been around this summer. And as Tiny Temper would say, yes, indeed. Written in those stars. Opening day, Dundee at Tynecastle. If fans are in at that game, that'll be an absolute riot of a day, that. Obviously, Dundee with a whole palaver with the vote, and Hearts obviously bearing the brunt of that by getting relegated. And then to finish off the season, it's the legal battle derby, with Hearts taking on Raith Rovers away from home, so this time at Starks Park. Yet another one that's going to cause a wee bit of a derby, I suppose, between the two sets of fans because of what happened over the last few months at least. And it's a bit of a strange one. Again, as Tiny Temper said, written in the stars, eh? It's another season of Scottish Championship football, and you just can't wait for it. But that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below your thoughts on all the fixtures. What fixtures did your team get in the lower leagues, Premiership, any of the leagues really, and what fixture are you most looking forward to? Subscribe for more of this type of content, and until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.